Morning Gear Facts friends, today I've got the Flanger BF-3 with us here in the Gear Facts studios. This pedal has more features than you'd normally expect in a flanger pedal. First of all, it's got the bass in and the guitar in as well, with outputs A and B. But don't be fooled into thinking it can do both guitars at once. According to the manual, the guitar in socket has priority, so that will cancel out the bass socket. My conclusion is that these two sockets might be slightly calibrated differently to accommodate the different ranges or scales of each of these instruments. Outputs are also a single instrument thing. It's just a stereo routing so that the panning function and the surrounding function of the flanger can be expressed in full stereo. Okay, so in a little bit closer now. This is my basic sound. Nothing too exciting. And I'll start off with the standard flanger setting on the mode dial there. Just a nice bit of swish there. Resonance can be changed. And our manual control there. So we have a collared control on the first dial. So you can go from subtle like we had it before to really quite ringing and intense. So subtle, just a nice chorused effect, really nice on arpeggios, very nice on a clean sound. I do also have a fuzz pedal attached, so I'm just going to give you a little bit of fuzz just to see how that sounds. And our clean fuzz sound. Interesting that when you add distortion, it's not so subtle. It comes through quite strongly, so clean again. Flanged again. Now our fuzz. And without the flange. So with distortion you can really hear that jet stream sort of sound coming through quite a lot more strongly. And I suspect we'll get it even more strongly when I switch to ultra mode here. Let's go back to clean. Okay, so we're hearing pretty much all flanger there when the distortion's coming through, so let's switch that distortion pedal off. I won't tell you which distortion pedal is, that's not relevant. What we're trying to focus on here is the kind of response that the Flanger BF-3 gives to distortion. Looking now almost directly down on it, you can see it has a gated mode, and this is really cool. I'll just zoom back a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing with the pedal here as I play. Okay, so flanger is off right now. So as you can see, the flanger is only active when you're pressed down. That could be a really expressive thing in your playing, particularly if you've got a chopped sequence going on or something like that. I know it's only a really simple thing to have it active only when it's pressed down, but my mind is already flowing with all kinds of ideas about ways that could be applied, particularly in a live setting. It would be really cool. So let's make this really interesting by pushing all the controls really high. You may have noticed too there's a little note here where you can actually set the tempo using a tap feature. We press and hold for 2 seconds, light turns green, and that tells us that we can now tap tempo. I'll turn up the resonance so that you can actually hear that oscillation. So that's all there is to it, and that can be a good live effect too. You could start off with a really nice fast sort of sound and control the tempo as you go. Maybe to end a song you might want to slow down that tempo, or to rise up into a really fierce chorus you may want to increase it. So again, I'd say it's a bit more than a flanger pedal. It's something you can really be creative with. There are quite a lot of flanger pedals to choose from out there, but with Boss you really are guaranteed a benchmark of quality, and I think the BF-3 is no exception. It's a really nice flanger, nice, controllable, creative, interesting pedal. I really enjoyed using it. Thanks for watching GearFacts friends, thanks for liking, commenting or subscribing. We've got a new website, www.gearfacts.co.uk, so check that one out and I look forward to seeing you next time on GearFacts. Don't forget to like, comment or subscribe. And for those of you who really were curious, the distortion effect was just a Zoom G2G. Nothing crazy.